Welcome all to Conanexiles with Life is Medieval. I will be running a Corrupted Authority Sorcerer's build today. Our starting point is north of the Unnamed City and east of Sepamaru. I have 19 points in Authority Corruption. I did not put the last point in as I wanted to maintain my War Party status. This allows me to maintain 2 thralls, and I find putting the last point into corruption can be quite annoying as you end up summoning too many demons, and especially as a solo player this can be problematic. They're both Greater Devotees, and they're both rocking Swords of Crom, which do have the extra damage fitting attached to them. Now let's summon a bat. So as you can see, a sorcerer here, we are summoning a demonic bat, because we will be flying through the entire Unnamed City with a bat. The great thing about running a authority build is that any bat you summon does have increased stamina. If I did take the last point in authority, or 20 corrupted points, I would have 900 stamina, which is pretty good, so you can actually fight quite a long way with a bat with a 900 stamina. Using the bat is actually quite intuitive. You just have to maintain height. If you glide for too long, your bat will drop you. So every so often you have to push the old space bar to maintain a little bit of flapping. So we're going to come down onto our first boss now, which is the Skeleton Brute. And my objective is basically try to land on each one. I'm not the greatest pilot when it comes to bats, but I am getting better. And there's the Brute. Relatively easy boss, this one. As you can see, my hirelings will maintain aggro. I don't have many hit points, so what I will tend to do is I will hang in the back there, take my opportunities to come in and put in some cheap shots. With Age of Conan, as most of you know, that you can actually damage your own thralls, so it pays to basically time your attacks on the bosses. Actually, this boss is going down pretty quick. And we got the Shank, and I will take the Power Stones. Don't really take anything else. This is just a quick run through for bosses and legendary weapons. Let's summon our bat one more time, and we'll move on to the next boss, which will be the Guardian of the Flame. Okay, we can't summon it back. We have too much structure over top of us, which is one of the issues you'll find when you have summoned bats. You must have clear sky above you. One of my favourite things about being a sorcerer is just the whole bat summoning thing. So we'll be heading off to the Guardian of the Flame now. I'm going to try and see if I can actually swoop in, because the Guardian of the Flame is actually inside a dungeon mouthway. So my objective is to try and actually fly through the front door. It's all about timing with these bats, because you lose altitude, you've got to flap, maintain altitude. As you can see, the Guardian of the Flame is actually down there on the left-hand side underneath that roadway. So we're going to try and skirt our way through the front door. See how good we go. I think we're going to do it. It's all about timing with the bats. Yeah, no, maybe we're not going. We're a little bit too far away, and we've got too much height. The other thing with the bats, if you get a little bit too close to the ground, you'll actually automatically drop. So I'm just trying to stay away from the above structure up there, otherwise I will be dropped automatically if I get too close to the ground. Nope, still too high, still too high. I think this will be the one if we get this just right. Okay, this looks like it's a good one. This is good, this is good. We're dropping, we're dropping, we're dropping, we're dropping. And... why did I do that? Oh, I did not want to do that. Oh well. Okay, there is the Guardian of the Flame over there. And as you can see, the boss fight. He's only got a one-hander. Some of the skeletons, when they have two-handers, they have a very wide strike range, so you got to be a bit careful of that. Especially if they have a maul. Maul, I always find does the most damage, and it's something you have to watch out for. And we're not getting any. My sorcerer's proc is not going off. Come on, come on. See that little bit of purple haze around them? That means my thralls have a bonus to damage, which is always quite handy. And also they're perked out to grab aggro, which is always quite good. As you can see, I have less than 500 hit points. But any damage I do take gets spread over my two thralls, which is always very handy. And we've got Rage Hammer, which is pretty good. Take some more of those Power Stones. And oh, there you go. And it procs off on a low-level skeleton. Well, there you go. So now we're off to the Commander now. And it procs again. That's great. Could have procced better on the bosses, but oh well. So let's get outside and we'll summon our bat again. So if you enjoy this content, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. My main objective to doing Conan, my main reason for doing Conanexiles is I actually like building the props. So what I intend to do is play the game, build the props, build the armor, and dioramas. I'm a big fan of the old dioramas, so you'll probably see a lot of Conan dioramas in the future. And if you down on the left hand side is the commander. This fight can go a little bit wrong due to the fact that he's got quite a few minions around him. So I think he's got like 10 minions, and if you get in a situation where you get pinned in this game, you cannot roll out if you get surrounded by more than 4 mobs. And with the way the weapon systems works, you'll always be basically stun locked. So it's not a good idea to allow the mobs to surround you. Especially surrounding you up against the wall is probably one of the worst things that can happen to you in this game, and can be quite annoying. As you can see, we've got a lot of mobs down there. And see, as you can see, you can get stun locked quite easily in this game with so many mobs hitting you. So it's always you roll out. One of the go-to moves in this game. As you can see, stun locked again, like multiple hits. Got to thin out these minions, because as I said, if you get surrounded, it can all be over quite quickly. Yep, see, you gotta be careful. Yeah, I really like. I like the mechanic for the fact that you can't ghost through other players or ghost through minions. You can't. It's, if you get surrounded, it's pretty much all over in this game. That guy's got a two-hander as well, so always good to stay out of the forward arc of the weapon. There you go. My thralls are doing their job, gaining aggro. Night Stalker's Mask, which is always quite handy. That allows you to see nighttime as daytime. Going to take some, just eat some gruel quickly because I'm low on water and food. Gruel, most of my minions are basically eating gruel at the moment. It's probably the best thing for your thralls is to feed them on gruel. Gives them a pretty good bonus. So we're now batting to the demonic bat. Now the demonic bat is actually in a corrupted area, so you will gain corruption if you weren't corrupted already, which is what I already am, so it doesn't really affect me. But if you were uncorrupted, you would actually gain a lot more corruption fighting the bat. You can see that purple haze down there is where we're heading to, and with the Unnamed City, one of the things about the Unnamed City is you've got quite a few little chests all over the place. So there is a relic chest at the top here, which we will land on. And just grab that relic. It's quite handy. You can make can be used to make armors and weapons. Get your landing right. X marks the spot. There we go. Grab the relic. Now down below us is a bat. Now we will be doing our first of our three superhero landings. Sure. So it's getting a little bit dark. Actually, I might get a sorcerer's light, so I can actually see what I'm doing. So I'll grab the sorcerer's light, which is basically a wisp that just surrounds you and helps you illuminate your path. So here we go. I know. Wait 1 second. Gonna do my superhero landing. So I want gust of wind. There we go. So I got my gust of wind. So I'm going to take my running leap. Grab out my primary weapon. And here we go. Superhero landing. Oh, there we go. There's the bat. Okay, it's not that impressive a superhero landing, but it's still pretty good. Now the bat here can actually do a wing sweep that actually throw you quite high up in the air, which it just did to me then now, but because I've got the gust of wind I actually can't take any falling damage, which is quite handy, so it's always good to do that. And the bat. There we go, and what do we get? We got Riptide. Okay, Riptide is basically a water breathing item, so it's okay. It just helps you breathe under the water without needing to take a potion. It's not the greatest weapon because it's actually a throwing weapon, so yeah, makes no sense to have a water breathing weapon on a throwing weapon. But that's FunCon for you. Sure. And this is a rather long fly, but it's at night, so we're heading over to fight a Wight, which will be quite handy because they do glow in the dark, so hopefully we'll see them. Got to work out which way I'm going. I'm going this way. That's right, this way. No, this way. Okay, so hopefully we'll see the Wights glowing in the distance. Otherwise, we might run out of stamina on the bat, which could be a problem if we're too high in the air, and we will take falling damage and probably die. And the thing about sorcerer's gear, if I die, I lose my sorcerer's gear almost immediately because it is actually summoned armor. So I'd actually have to go back to base and conjure up some more armor and another weapon. So I should see some glowing blue people in the distance somewhere. Where are they? Okay, should be over there. Should be some glowing blue people shortly. Nope, stars are up. Always good, the stars. Glowing blue people, where are you? You should be over this way. Yeah, I mean, you can do the Unnamed City with run through or on horse, but I just like the whole sorcerers with the bat. So what I'm going to intend to do is I'm going to do every boss in Conanexiles as a sorcerer, and then I'll run through all the bosses again with another build, and it's just the first of many boss run throughs as a sorcerer. I'd like to do the the commanders in the Warmaker's dungeon. I like to do that as a zombie run through, so basically just have an army of zombies. See how that works out. So I try to do each dungeon slightly differently, but still as a sorcerer. Yep, they're added right down there. That's so we're going for that big one, which is in the top of the screen. And see, we're running out of stamina. See the bat's got 840 something, nearly 900 stamina, which is the max you can get for a bat. So we'll be falling a little bit. And there's our giant Wight. There we go. See. Oh. Great thing about this build, what I've done is that basically any damage I take gets spread out over my thralls, and any damage I do heals them, which is quite a good way of doing it. Okay, so nice little fight there, and it's all over. Cool. So our next boss after this one, let's see what this guy's got. We've got Sword of Crom, another Sword of Crom, awesome. And we'll take that Dragon Powder as well. We're actually on a PvE server, so this is actually a PvP conflict server. So there is PvP, but we can't blow up each other's bases, which is okay. But one of the other things downside about being a PvE server like this is that people's bases get massive, and I'll show you around the servers how big some of the bases are and how much land they take up, and then compare it to how small my little castle is, and how large and ginormous some metropolitan bases have become in this game. So we're off to do the Watcher now. So the Watcher is the second to last boss before the main boss, which is the Red Mother. So primarily doing this one is I want to try and grab the bow that the red dragon drops. Most of these weapons in the game have a 30% drop rate, I believe, on any 30 or 40% drop rate on any of the legendary items in the, from the bosses. So you tend to get basically a weapon every time. I mean, it's pretty rare you don't get a weapon. So this is the Watcher over here, and so we're going to try and land right next to him. He's on that bridge complex. Let's see how close we can get to this guy. And he's at the top of the T, basically. He's at the top of the T up there. So we're going to see how close we can get. So as I said, I'm getting pretty good with the old flying, so going to do some more fly-throughs of some of the other bosses in the game. So there he is, the Watcher, down there. Let's see if we can land pretty close. Oh, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. So this is the second to last boss fight, and that guy's got a maul. And always be wary of bosses with mauls, because they can nearly one-shot you if you're not careful. One thing about these games is there's a pretty long animation timer for the bigger weapons. As you can see, the maul's got a pretty long animation timer, which does allow you to get out of the way. And also, part of the my sorcerer's build, which I will show at a later date, does have deflection on it as well. As you can see, I just hit my own thrall there several times, so that's one of the things you've got to be wary of in this game. Is you can actually end up killing your own thrall if I just hit my own thrall again, which is probably not the best look. So you got to time, get the shots in there. Okay, he's dead. Cool. And we've got Mule Storm, which is a pretty good weapon, and we'll get another Power Stone. So now we'll be doing our final superhero landing. So let's just prep for our final superhero landing. So down in front of us is the Red Mother. Let's just get another gust of wind going. that's the wrong one. One. Cool, and let's do a big run up, and weapon. Here we go. Big run. And we have superhero landing on one red dragon down there. There we go, da boss. Now, when fighting the dragon, it does have a fire breath, which you will really want to keep away from. Best way to fight the larger dragons is basically hug their belly underneath. Basically, you want to get underneath them is the best way to not take any damage. You're going to get like a tail whip once in a while, which is probably going to throw you, as it just did me right then. But you're not going to take much damage from those knockbacks. It's basically the fire breath and the big mouth chomps and the charge, which hopefully my thralls will maintain aggro. And so you basically want to stay underneath the dragon as much as possible. And yeah, basically, stay right underneath is the best way to do it. There we go. He's going down. He's going. Oh, she's going down pretty quick. There we go, and it's all over. So hopefully we'll get the red mother bow. And that's what we came for. And no, we didn't get the bow. We got the fangs of the red mother, which is a throwing weapon again. So that's you get 30 of them though. They hit pretty hard, but it's not really what we're after. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a run through of the Unnamed City as a sorcerer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and more content by Life is Medieval coming out shortly. Thank you very much.